Hey manifestors, how's it going? It's Tarkan back with another video, and I've got a good one here. I've got a great little success story. Don't we love those success stories? I know I do. So if you have a success story, please send it to me. Even if it has nothing to do, if it happened a couple of years ago or whatever, I love hearing them. I love doing videos about them because, you know, they really are so inspiring for people, and it's important to have that kind of feedback, to hear from people that you know, against all odds seemingly managed to manifest what they wanted. And in this case, this is a success story about an ex coming back. Okay, and this is this woman who wrote me, Julia, and thank you for that. She wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you guys that it was a complete 180, because this person that she was dating said, I have no more feelings for you. Okay, and like I said, I've heard of people who've had, you know, restraining orders against them. I hope none of you do, but you know, in the most extreme scenarios, even under those circumstances, people have been able to manifest their exes and specific people. So guys, I'm telling you, it's so easy. It's so much easier than you're making it. Anything's possible. Okay, so this is for you, and from Julia. I say Julia in the German. I think she might be German. Although Julia sounds nice. Maybe that's why I'm saying it too. But you know, this is for you guys, and she wanted to make sure that I shared this as well with you guys to give you hope. All right, so let's get into it. It's not a terribly long story, but it's a good one. All right. Hey Tarkan, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Big fan of your channel. Thank you for that as well. I'm here to thank you because your videos help me so much. Well, that's why I do them. Therefore, I'm sharing a success story in return. So, there I was trying to manifest my girlfriend back. I won't call her ex, as you teach, haha. Yeah, they're your girlfriend or your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, your wife. Treat them as such in your mind, you know. The word ex, and we say that, of course, because it's easy to find those videos if I say ex back or something like that for people who are looking to do that. But in your mind, you should think of them as being with you, because what you want is already done. They're already back with you. So there I was trying to manifest my girlfriend back, with whom I had a beautiful and fulfilling relationship for 2 years, but who had left me for 4 months ago due to limiting beliefs I had in response to my previous relationships, probably. Yeah, there's a lot of baggage that we bring to relationships, isn't there? It's a good idea to try to unpack that before we get into relationships, although sometimes the relationships themselves help us in doing that. But this is also one reason why I stress, if you're single right now and you are wanting that ex back, and you are wanting that specific person, work on yourself right now. Use this opportunity not to sit around and stress about them, not to obsess about them, not to stalk them on social media. Use this time now to do that work on yourself so that you can be a better version of yourself when they come back to you, okay? And hopefully they're doing that as well. So, but that doesn't matter, because you're going to manifest a better version of them. But understand that you don't want to bring your old baggage into the next relationship with them, right? So use this opportunity in this time and say thank you for this time of separation. Even though it's difficult, it does give me an opportunity to work on myself and to unload some of that baggage, so that when they come back, our new relationship won't be burdened with that stuff. So I tried for months to no success. Then I realized I was attached to certain things I thought had to happen for us to get back together, such as her apologizing for breaking up with me, saying that she missed me, giving up toxic friends and stuff. I suppose her friends that you found were toxic for her. Yeah, that's another thing. And you know, I know I've gotten some comments in the past on these success stories that stop interrupting the story, but it's important for me to give my feedback here, because you know, as I go through it, you know, stuff like this comes up, and I want to. It's good for you guys that I'm talking about this stuff. So, it's very common that people say, I want them back, especially if it's an ex. I want them back, but it has to be under these circumstances. They have to contact me first. I won't do it unless they apologize. Listen, guys, this is involving yourself in the process, in the means of how am I going to get this, but I want it this way. I want it this way. Now, there's nothing wrong in you wanting that. There's nothing wrong in you wanting an apology. There's nothing wrong in you wanting even a better version of them. But again, remember that the better version of them comes when you strive for the better version of yourself. And part of that is going to involve forgiveness on your part. It's going to involve also letting go of the past, and also letting go of these stringent kind of circumstances, these sort of, I will only do it under this circumstance, I will only do it if this factor is involved, because you're limiting the universe as well in means of bringing this back to you. When you let go and you focus on the end result, in other words, I'm already in the relationship, I'm gonna project myself in my mind to the relationship a couple years down the road when all this stuff is resolved. When they come back to you, you're not going to care how it happened. Okay? All you really care about, all you want is for them to come back. So ease up a little bit on that. Ease up a little bit on the conditions. Okay? Remember, unconditional love. All right? Unconditional love means not saying, I will only love you if you text me regularly. I will only love you if you shower me with affection. I will only love you if you apologize for this and that, the other thing. I will only love you if you get rid of your friends that I don't like. That's not unconditional love. Okay, unconditional love is I love you. I love you even if you are currently with somebody else, because I know that I can even love that person, and I send them off with somebody else in my mind with love. Okay, just remember that you want the universe to be able to bring this to you in the best possible way, and universal mind understands what that is. Your ego mind doesn't see that far down the road. So you got to be able to let go of these circumstances and these conditions, okay? And allow the universe to bring this back together for you in the best possible way that it knows how, and in the best timing, okay? Because otherwise you're going to wait a long time, okay? And you're going to be frustrated, and you're going to bring that old baggage into the relationship, into the new relationship. So just remember that, you know, again, when you have them back, you're not going to care how it happened. You won't. You'll be happy that they're back, and you're going to work on that new relationship, and you're going to love that new relationship, and that new version of yourself and that new version of them that you manifested. So don't worry about the means, okay? So I realized I was attached to certain things I thought had to happen for us to get back together. Your words, quote, they will come back in surprising and unexpected ways. Yes. You watched the video. You're paying attention, Julia. Thank you. Kept going through my head, and I decided to practice detachment and to open myself to the universe to bring this about when and how it finds it's better. Well, yeah, the best way that the universe knows how to bring this together for me. This is the beautiful part about manifesting. You don't have to do all this stuff, in between stuff. You don't have to do the chasing and the conditioning and this and that, the other thing. You don't have to force it so much. The beautiful thing about manifesting, once you understand how it works, and you let go and you let God, so to speak, right, is that it'll come back, it'll come together you in amazing ways. And again, like I said in that video, you won't even know. Sometimes you'll be so surprised at how it can come together in these ways that you never thought were possible. Your mind could have never conceived of it. And you'll go, oh my God, if I had done all that myself, I would have never thought of that channel to do it or that possibility. But universal mind does know, okay? So letting go, just like Julia did. She did an amazing job. She finally realized, I don't need these conditions in place. I want her back. So I'm going to allow it. I'm going to get out of my own way. And I'm going to get out of the universe's way to let this happen and bring it together for me. That's when I had my breakthrough. And things played out beautifully without me having to do anything or have any conversation about the past. Yes, leave the past in the past. When they come back, you want to be fun. You want to be fun-loving. You want to be easygoing. You want to be sure that they feel good about you. But most importantly, you want to love them in such a way that they feel free. That they feel free to come and even go when they need to. When they back off a little bit too. Don't force yourself on them. Allow the person you love to feel free. That is unconditional love. Let them come at you at their own pace. And you don't have to get together and rehash the past and what are we going to do and all these conditions. Just have fun. Be in the moment. So everything worked out beautifully without me having to do anything or having any conversation about the past. And I got what I asked for and so much more. That's another thing. You're going to get what you want and all this other cool stuff too. Because as you let go, there's other things that you wanted that maybe you forgot or gave up on that the universe doesn't forget. You know, maybe you had a desire for something 5 years ago and you're like, whatever. And then you discover this manifesting thing. Then you learn to let go. And the universe is like, finally, we can bring you not only this thing you want the most, but all the things that you've wanted. That's, let the universe surprise you in pleasant ways, pleasant and unexpected ways. Not only did I manifest her coming back, but also 2 friends from other states to come to visit, whom I thought I would only be able to see next year, and us having a get-together with other friends in the middle of quarantine. So you thought you were going to see them only next year. Maybe hopefully by then the quarantines would be over and everything. But you see, you didn't allow yourself to be limited by this condition of the quarantines, because it's not a limitation to the universe. This is an important lesson, and this is an important point for me to make right here, because what we think of as limitations are no limitations to universal mind, you see. But because we think of them as limitations, and because we focus on those limitations, then we have a limiting mindset, and the universe can't bring us what we want, because it's going, well, we need you to be the cooperative component. We need you to be able to see and understand that these limitations that you have are not limitations. So there could be a quarantine, there could be an alien invasion. We can still get you your stuff. We can still get you your manifestations. We can still bring things together for you, because we see all the infinite various ways that this is possible to bring together for you. So the moment you let go and you try to stop, managing it all yourself, when you stop micromanaging everything, the universe is able to bring you all this stuff, even in the middle of a quarantine, even in the middle of what seems to be so limiting, right? Limitations don't exist to universal mind. And your task, if you will, if you want to call it your job as a human being having a human experience on this planet, is to match your thinking to the thinking of the universe. That's how you become a deliberate manifester. When you start thinking and looking at any situation from the same perspective as your inner being, as your higher mind, as the universal mind, all the same thing, that's when you become a powerful manifester, a powerful deliberate manifester. That's when you're on the right track always. Because, if you can look at any situation you're facing in your life and go, how does God look at this? How does the universe look at this? And you'll find every time, if you pay attention to your emotional guidance system, what answer comes up. The answer is always going to be, well, we don't see any limitations there. We chuckle at you thinking there's limitations. There's no limitations. So I was able to get together with them even in the middle of quarantine. It was in that gathering, so pay attention to this. It was in that gathering that I found out later that she had organized only to see me, that me and my SP got together, and it was so natural and easy. We simply saw each other after 4 months of absolutely no signs, nothing, right? All you guys that are always looking for the signs, even no signs whatsoever, and kissed. No words needed. Well, it's hard to talk with your mouth full, isn't it? I had to throw that in there. Pay attention to this, because here you go. This demonstrates what I was saying. Not only does the universe not see the quarantine and any other kind of thing or distance or whatever as being an obstacle at all, but it's able to organize something through your other manifestations, your other desires to see your friends who you haven't seen in a while, right? There's been this distance because of the quarantine. And so it's able to orchestrate this event beautifully. Here's like a couple of manifestations for you that we can orchestrate in the same event on the same day in the same moment for you. So the universe is always looking for components that it can take from here and here and here and put it together and mash it together and figure out a plan for everything to come together perfectly, you see, for you. But if you're sitting there trying to make it all happen in your head and your mind can only think of 3 or 4 ways to get something, the universe has infinite ways, and it will arrange things and arrange people for you. Let's put this person over there. Let's put that person over there. Oh, this will be perfect because then we can bring that thing in too, and that'll be the perfect situation for that and the perfect condition for that. And boom, there it is. Right? So what a perfect, wonderful orchestration, and what a wonderful demonstration of how the universe operates and how it's able to bring things together for you that you could never conceive of just using your monkey mind. And also notice that her girlfriend organized the event in order to see her. Even after 4 months of no sign from her, no contact, right? Does she still love me? Probably not. I haven't heard from her. She probably hates me. She probably was somebody else. No, the whole time she's thinking of her. And she's going, how can I get back together with her? And the whole time Julia is trying to manifest her girlfriend back, and her girlfriend's doing the same thing probably. Trying to figure out how can I get back with Julia. And so this is something I did another video on. I think they're looking for you. They haven't forgotten about you. Even if it's been years and years, that love might be dormant for a while, but it doesn't go away. That energy doesn't go away. It doesn't just dissipate and disappear. It's there. So you activate that by loving, by sending love, and loving yourself and loving them, and even if there's nothing going on, there's no communication, even for a year or 2 years, whatever it is, because I know I'm going to get comments like, Tarkan, what if it's been 10 years? What if it's been, doesn't matter, okay? Time is only a thing to you, to us, to our monkey mind. It doesn't mean a damn thing to the universe. So notice how, even if you think they don't care about you, they're not thinking about you, they could be. They could be the whole time, and they could be trying to figure out ways to make it happen. Then if you're interfering, if you're chasing them, if you're angry at them, how's that gonna allow them the space, the freedom to pursue you at their own pace, you see? Right? Remember what I said, you got to love somebody in such a way that they feel free. So that involves letting them come at you at their own time, in their own pace, and they will. So we simply saw each other and kissed, no words needed. And she was cute and cuddly and attentions all through the night. And we were basically like we were when we dated, all through the night. And our friends supported it so much. So there wasn't even an issue of any toxic friends or anybody getting in your way. You see how all the things that you thought were obstacles, or that may have been obstacles in the way, just seem to melt away. They just don't seem to be an issue anymore. Right? You let go, you step back, and you decided to just focus on yourself, calm down, feel as good as you can, do the things that you love, and let the universe orchestrate this for you in the most amazing way. My point is, you are so right. I like hearing that. And manifesting is so easy. And oftentimes we overcomplicate things. We do. And I'm guilty of it as well. I think that I wouldn't be in a position to do this work if I hadn't gone through the challenges of this. You see, it's not just that I've had successes with manifesting, but it's because I've screwed it up so many times in so many amazing ways that I'm able to go, oh yeah, I know what happens when you obsess, when you're angry all the time, when you try to push for things to happen. I've done it all. I've done it all, guys. I've had the disappointments. I've had the distance. I've had the no money, bad health. I've had all that stuff. Oftentimes, that's how you figure things out, though, how to go through it. But hopefully, me going through it as a teacher will help, will allow me to help you to not go through it, or to avoid most of those pitfalls, right? But sometimes you got to go through that valley to understand there are really no limitations. There is really, all of that is an illusion. All the obstacles you think are in your mind are just an illusion. So my point is, you are so right, and manifesting is so easy. And oftentimes we overcomplicate things. I'm not done manifesting her yet, because I want to build us a new and beautiful relationship. Well, you're on your way to that. It's happening, okay? But I feel I'm on the right path, and I'm already grateful for everything. You're absolutely on the right path. And gratitude and appreciation are a wonderful thing to practice, because that is really just, it's not like you're saying, oh, thank you, dear Lord, for allowing me to have this thing. Because no one is keeping anything from you. No one's demanding your permission, that you ask permission for anything. Appreciation is a way to just get yourself into the mindset and the vibration of understanding that you already have everything that you want. Not being in an abundance mindset, and not being in a lack mindset. That's so important. And gratitude and appreciation help train you and train your mind to settle into that idea that there is nothing lacking from your life. And even the things that you want and desire the most, even if you don't see them yet in your physical reality, they are there in the ether. They're waiting for you to switch channels to be able to that vibration, to that energy, to be aware of it. And when you do, what happens is that, I want to pick on this a little bit, Julia, when you said, well, I'm not done manifesting her. you are done manifesting her. You were done manifesting her the moment you had the desire, you formulated the desire to manifest her back, to manifest a new relationship. You were finished. It was done. But what happened was you finally got out of your own way. What happened was you finally switched the channel from I don't have to I have it and it's fine and I can relax and there's nothing more for me to do. Okay? If there's anything more for you to do, it's to get into the detail in your visualizations and your scripting of yes, building this relationship and exactly how you want it to be. But understand that that's a fun activity. That's not a necessary activity. That if you feel like doing that, you can. That's almost like, I'm trying to think of an example in the real world or in the real world. I'm trying to think of an example of when you're like at the ice cream shop and you're telling them what toppings you want. I want some sprinkles and I want some gummy bears or whatever, right? So it's kind of like that. You're getting the ice cream, okay? But you can fill in the details a little bit. You can have fun doing that. But understand that the manifestation is finished. You're done with it. You've done it. So right now what you're seeing is the natural bridge of events unfolding, right? And I've talked about this too, because what it is shifting from one parallel reality to the other. The one where you guys are back together is already in place. It's there. You're just shifting your awareness away from there's this separation, we're not together, to we are together. And that's the work part. I call it work. It should be fun. It shouldn't be work. But if you want to say that's the action part of manifesting, is to get yourself into the mindset of unhooking your attention from I don't have it, I'm lacking this thing, to I do have it, it's over here, and I'm just switching my attention over there, you see. So, and that can be a fun process. That's why we do these techniques like visualizing and all that stuff, scripting and affirmations. They're not there. They're not magic buttons, like I've said before, that are going to get you the manifestation. The manifestation is already there. Those techniques are designed as games that you play with yourself to get yourself to retrain yourself to be aware that what you want is there. It's not lacking, and that's when you're pointed in the direction of it. And what happens is, though, you're not going to do just a giant leap from one thing to the other. You're not going to, wake up. You're not going to go to sleep at night and then go, well, I'm not with them. And then wake up in the morning and suddenly you're with them. That would be like probably what a lot of people imagine a quantum leap would be. I'm not saying that's not possible, but that's like pretty jarring, right? That would be weird. So life is going to orchestrate, the universe is going to orchestrate these events that unfold. Like, for instance, getting together in a party, influencing Julia's girlfriend to organize that in order to see Julia. Influence these people to come together, to orchestrate this event so that the two of them can be together, and then kissing, and then having a night together. And all these things are the little steps that you have along the way where you're building a relationship. I mean, that happens anyway. You don't just meet someone and go, hey, let's get married. I mean, people do that, but I don't recommend it. But you meet somebody and you get their number. You flirt with them a little bit. You ask them out. You go on a date. Maybe you have a kiss then. Maybe on the first date. Maybe on the second. Who knows? Depends on how well you guys are gelling in that moment. But all those things are steps. They're steps along the bridge between one parallel reality to the other, so that life looks smooth to us, so that it flows smoothly, so that there's this sense of continuity between one reality frame and another reality frame, you see. So the universe does that in order to make life easier for us, not to make it more difficult. It's designed this way to make things easier, to make them not so jarring, and to give you the opportunity to recalibrate if something is happening and then you decide, well, I don't quite like the way it's turning out, or I want to switch something up, or I don't want this anymore. You can change your mind and you can sort of reassess and then refocus, right? So it's good to have these delays, and it's good to have these little things come in spurts and come in these kind of, these events, right? So don't rush so much, even though when they're back and you've kissed and everything and you've done all that, you have them back already, but just allow those things to be that bridge of events, okay? So, because the end result is done. You just keep doing what you're doing and you'll see it unfolding, so that one day you have the story. All right, this is a great visualization, and I have a video for that. I think where I do a meditation around this, where a great thing to visualize is to go 5 years down the road where you've already been with them, you're already married with them, you already have a family, whatever it is that you want out of that relationship with them. You already have it done, and the two of you are looking at your wedding pictures one day. You're just sitting around on a Sunday or something. Maybe it's raining outside. Fill in the blanks. Paint the picture. It's raining outside. It's a nice cozy evening. You guys got a fire going. You got a couple glasses of wine. Hey, let's take out the wedding album. Or let's look at videos that we took. Oh, look where Dad, got cake on his tie, or whatever it is, right? And you're laughing about it. Or you're talking about, oh, do you remember that time when that happened? I thought you hated me. Oh, yeah, I thought you hated me. Wasn't that amazing that we both were thinking about each other? And then we got together, we ran into each other there at the coffee shop, and then this happened. You see what I mean? You want to go to the point where all the steps that you think are necessary to get you there are already taken care of, and you're sitting around with your specific person, with your love, talking and laughing about it and reminiscing about it. That's a great visualization, because that allows your mind to be freed up. It gives your mind permission to not try to figure out every step of the way, and to be in the end, right? To look at things from the end, as 𝗙ecie𝗂𝗍𝗄 says. Anyway, here's a success story in progress. Again, it's not in progress. What's in progress is the bridge of events that's getting you there. But this is most definitely a success story. And I want to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Listen carefully. All of you out there right now, whether you're physically with your SP right now or not, all of you are already a success story. Okay? You already have a success story. It's just unfolding now. That's all that's happening. You don't want to read a book and then jump to the end. Some people do. But I'm saying you want to read everything that happens in between. That's the pleasure of reading a book or watching a movie, right? What does Abraham always say? There's a great little thing, sort of demonstration of that they do, a little humorous thing where they go, and I'm paraphrasing, but if you're like in, if you're taking a cruise through the bay in Seattle, right? Let's say you're in Seattle and there's a little cruise boat that you rent for the day, and you're going to do a little cruise around whatever the bay there, and then you end up back at the same spot when the cruise is over. Expecting things to just sort of, trying to make things happen really quickly. It's the same as saying, well, why don't we just get on the boat and step right off again, because there we are, right? We don't have to go on the cruise. We're right where we started and right where we ended up, where we're ending up. So we might as well just stay here, right? So you want to, I don't know, I might have hashed that a little bit, but you want to enjoy this. You want to enjoy the journey, and you want to enjoy the unfolding of the story. So anyway, here's a success story, and an LGBT one, which could be nice to have on your channel to cheer up other gay people. Absolutely. And I want to actually say that before I sign off here. I wanted to make a point on that, because Julia and I had a little exchange where I told her that, it's funny, I was contacted a while back by a gay man who thought, had asked me a question saying, well, does this work for gay people? And, I thought, well, that's, at the time I thought that's strange. Why wouldn't it? Right. But I realize and recognize there are people out there who think that, the universe judges. And I realize maybe they come from some kind of religious tradition or something where that's taught. And so they think that they're not deserving because of their orientation or their sexuality or whatever it is, or their race even. None of that matters to the universe, guys. It's all the same. Whether we're talking about a gay relationship, a straight relationship, whatever it is, okay? It doesn't matter. Whether you're polygamous, polyamorous, or monogamous, or whatever, the universe does not judge you in these ways. It doesn't see those things. It doesn't see you. It doesn't hear your words. It reads energy and intent. You're just a ghost in a spacesuit, in a flesh suit. Okay, those things that's the business of us here on Earth. That's not the business of the universe or God to judge you in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So if you're out there thinking, well, this couldn't work for me because I'm whatever, maybe you're what you grew up with taught you that you were sinning or a bad person. None of that happens in manifesting. None of that. Okay. So we're across the board. I want to tell people, if you're out there and you're wondering that stuff, don't worry about that, okay? Again, that's another limitation you're putting on yourself. That's another condition you're putting on yourself that doesn't need to be there, okay? So you can let go of that right now, and I'll tell you, if you're gay, if you're this, if you're that, it doesn't matter, okay? It's all the same to the universe. They see your energy. They see you as what you really are, a powerful, non-physical being having a human experience that you chose to have, by the way. You know that that energy and those beings back in non-physical, they love what we're doing here on Earth, even our challenges and our difficulties. We're like heroes to them on the other side, all right? Think about it. We're the ones on the front lines here. We decided to come here and have these often challenging situations and to be in this kind of heavy, seemingly limiting environment, and to really amp up the manifesting in that kind of environment, all right? It's like boot camp in a way, but it's more than that. All right, so we're like heroes down here in our monkey suits. We're on the leading edge of creation, as Abraham Hicks likes to say, and I love that because it's true. All of you out there are on the leading edge of creation. So don't ever think of yourself as being limited in any way or shape or capacity. Listen to Julia's story and all the other success stories out there that you can find. And understand that, you know, if she had these seeming limitations, she overcame them just by stepping back. And it didn't matter if it was a girl she was interested in, or a guy, or whatever. That's, you know, an extraterrestrial, right? That happens sometimes in Hollywood movies. It doesn't matter, okay? Which movie am I thinking of? An old 80s movie with Jeff Bridges. Starman or something? Anyway. It was a great movie. So that's it, guys. And, you know, Julia, thank you so much for sharing that story. And you're absolutely right. You know, I love getting these success stories. So if you're out there, it really does help people. I know that. And I know these are the videos, if I put a success story, they get the most views. People love it. So, and it's because we're hungry for that, because we want to hear that people are, you know, are facing challenges out there and getting what it is that we want as well. So this helps. All right. So thank you so much for that, Julia, for sharing that. And anybody else out there who's interested in sending me a success story, and again, it doesn't have to be because I coached you or whatever. It doesn't even have to do anything with my channel or my video. Even if it's something that happened to you 4 years ago or just happened and you just happen to discover my videos and you go, oh my God, I had this great success story. We want to hear about it. Okay? We want to hear about it. So go ahead and send that to manifestation.lab@gmail.com, and the link for the email is down below in the description box, so you can go look for it there. There's going to be another one coming up pretty soon, maybe next week. All right, it's a much longer one, so I have to it might be a podcast episode. And there's going to be the next video probably will be comments. Okay, so when I do the comment videos, guys, by the way, I want to say that I'm not going to always read every single comment, okay? Sometimes I'll respond to a few of the smaller comments in text, but I'll pick ones that I think are not because one is better than the other. That has nothing to do with that, so I don't want anyone out there to think that, you know, I'm choosing according to who I like and don't like, or that their comment is dumb or something. It's nothing like that. All of your comments are so important and so appreciated. But I'll pick ones that I think are you know, sort of kind of touch on a universal kind of theme, and might be questions or ideas that other people are having too, so that I can bring that in a video and I can bring that to a larger audience so that it can benefit them as well. That's really all it is, okay? So that's coming up soon, maybe in a few days. And until then, I would ask you to please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already and you like the cut of my jib. I might put that on a t-shirt. It's starting to become a catchphrase with me, I guess. You like the cut of my jib, please hit subscribe. Please hit that bell notification so you can be notified. YouTube will yell at you whenever I put up a video, and wouldn't that just be lovely? Go ahead and leave your comments, and go ahead and share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. And if you want to leave me a tip, you can do so below in the description box. There's a couple links for that there. And also there's a link for coaching if you want coaching with me. Okay, guys? So again, thank you, Julia, for sending that. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'm 𝗙Con. I wish you all the best. Happy manifesting. And bye-bye.